Hey there guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for this little short instructional video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you about 4 or 5 moves that you can use with a PVC pole in order to keep that shoulder mobility and that flexibility intact, okay? So a lot of it is internal, external rotation. So the first thing I wanna show you is you take your pole or your pipe, take your arm like this, okay? And then you put your hand on the back side, okay? So what I normally do is I start it out in front and I start at that shoulder joint and start wiggling it back and forth, just getting it woke up, all right? So you always want to do these, each movement for about 20 to 30 seconds before you move on, okay? So obviously you do the same thing on the opposite side that you do this side. So we're going to stick with one side the whole time and then we'll move to the other side and then we'll do some things together, okay? So first one is now we're going to kind of roll this down our arm, okay? And this can be a broomstick or PVC stick or something like that. And then now we're going to come out to the side, okay? So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we bring our elbow in line with the body, okay? So from the front, it just looks like this, okay? And then once we get it over to the side, what we want to do is we want to take this other hand and we want to very easily and smoothly work that rotation, okay? And then once I do that, I can roll it back down, roll out my shoulder, and then I end up doing the other side. Okay, the other side starts out the same way, but opposite. So we're gonna grab here, okay? We wanna wiggle a little bit towards the front like this. And then as we do that, what we do is we move over to the side and start moving it to the side. Okay. And then same thing, just like the other one, we roll it up the arm just a little bit to give us a little bit more space, and then we start moving out to the side. Nice and smooth, just like that. All right, so for all these moves, you're gonna do probably about 12 to 15 repetitions, or you're gonna hold each for about 20 to 30 seconds. Okay? All right, so next, kind of like if you're stirring a pot, right? So the joint in the shoulders, very similar to the joint in the hips. It's a ball and socket, right? So what we do is we take and we rotate around. About 30 seconds going internal. And again, it's like stirring a pot of stew. All right, we want to get that movement going in that shoulder. And then you're going to rotate to the outside. And again, about 15 to 20 rotations or 20, 30 seconds each direction, okay? Then obviously all we gotta do is switch around to this side, okay? Another one that I like to do a lot is I'll take the pole, put it here in line with my back, and then I like to roll it up, right? Again, either a broomstick or a pole, you just roll it up your back. All right, once you roll it up your back, you want it to look like this. All right, so if you take and you turn your hands in like this, but still hold on to the pole, that's gonna stretch your biceps as well. Okay, so we work on this here, and now what we're gonna do is we're going to go diagonal. Keeping our torso about 45 degrees from the ground, and we hinge at the hips like this. We're not bent over. Nice strong core. And another easy one that I like to do is hold the pole or the stick out to the side. It's gonna be, arm's gonna be straight at the shoulder, and we're just gonna rotate that socket. Okay, make sure the rotation is coming from here. It still needs to be nice and controlled so that way it's not going too far forward or too far back. And again, about 20, 30 seconds or 15 or so rotations either way. You can even bring it out to the front and then bring it over to the side. So pretty simple to do. All right, one last one that I want to show you is we're going to bring it around here, back to the waist again, and we're going to hook right here. Okay, once we do that, we're gonna run this up as far as we can. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bend over at the waist and we're gonna stick our chest up so that way the pole keeps our chest up and pulls our front of our shoulders back in order to get that stretch. And again, 20, 30-second hold at the bottom, reset. You can even roll it up a little bit more on your back, bring it up higher. That keeps those shoulders further back, as you can see. And then we're hip hinging here, shooting our butt back. And then once we get here, we get that hamstring stretch. We also have that front deltoid, or the front of those shoulders, stretch at the same time. All right, one last thing that I want to show you. You don't need the pole for this. You can have a weight, which is generally pretty good, or you can do it without a weight. But what it does is it helps create space in the shoulders, especially when they feel like they're just tight, right? So you bend over, right, and you let gravity help you out. So this is pretty similar to doing the stir pots that we did with the stick, except now we're just letting gravity kind of help us out, all right? So we're gonna do 15 or so rotations one way, or 20 or 30 seconds worth, and then we're gonna switch back to the other way. And then obviously we're gonna do the other side at the same time. What I would recommend is watch a little bit of this video, find the part, the exercise, the stretch, listen to it, watch it, pause it. Go ahead and do that for your rotations, your reps, or your time as advised, and then hit play again and then continue on in that sequence. So that way you don't feel like you have to rush, right? This should take about 15 or 20 minutes. If you do all of those for about 15 reps or 20 to 30 seconds, and you can go back through and do them more than one time. So make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, Joe Adcox, Bulldog Essential Fitness. I'll see you later.